we go. Okay, welcome to today's call, folks. Andy McVeigh is going to do the presentation. He's going to take us through and explain a little bit about what SuperOne is, what the concept is, who's behind it, and how anybody can get involved and also make a lot of money into the future. So, Andy, over to you, please.
Thank you, Kevin. Welcome, everybody. Always a pleasure to be presenting to you on this Thursday, wherever it finds you in this beautiful planet. As Kevin said, we're talking about a really exciting business, SuperOne, and the title there will give it away. Earn like legends. That's what we're talking about. It really is tapping into an enormous market. The world's biggest sports can literally become your business. And that chap that happens to be frequenting your page there, that'll give you an insight as to just how big this might be. So let's get into it and explore this a little bit further. If I can, there we are. Righto. So we're talking about a simple, downloadable trivia game, an engaging trivia platform to any smartphone device around the planet, right? So access is phenomenal. And we are talking about turning passion of all of these enormous, highly motivated, highly excited fan groups, fan bases around the planet in their billions. To get them excited, get them engaged on their smartphone and competing and celebrating their passion through a common denominator of trivia. So we are engaging and monetizing the world's biggest fandoms. How big is this market, you may be asking? Well, it's 300 billion as of 2021. It is no fledgling market. It is absolutely enormous. That is the gaming market. But what is interesting, will become clearer just why this is of such interest in just a moment, is 400 billion on top of that is simply allocated and spent in game advertising market. So these are the advertisers. This is the new frontier where advertisers want to play. They want to be in the palm of people's hands. They want to be targeting their adverts to specific groups, knowing exactly what content they are consuming at that point. And if you marry both of those together, get huge amounts of eyeballs, entertained and engaged on a smartphone trivia entertainment platform, then you have the advertisers come in and say, we want a part of that. You've got a very, very successful business. So let's go into that first. The launch target is 3 billion football fans. So that is the round ball code of football, soccer, to us Southern Hemispheres. And it is the world's biggest sport for a reason, because there is more than 3 billion fans worldwide. And just a snapshot of those top 6 clubs you see there, the top 6 clubs, them alone have more than 2 billion fans. The numbers are huge. You just need a fraction of that market and you've got a very, very successful customer base. So it's not just limited. The beauty about the SuperOne platform is through its evolution, it will not just be solely presenting and entertaining football fans. It is a platform that can slot all of the other fan groups into it seamlessly with use of very clever artificial intelligence. So we're now starting to look at NBA, 2 billion fans. It is a massive following. Then we have 2 billion cricket fans. Think about opening up the entire subcontinent and Southern Hemisphere with passionate cricket fans. It is enormous. Then you have NFL. Now, NFL, the National Football League in the US gridiron, as it may be known to many, it may only have 400 million followers, but what makes it so exciting is it's an incredibly profitable football league, very, very profitable. And if you follow and tap into the profit and the money trail within those sporting groups, again, it leads to very successful outcomes. But we're not only limited to sports. So there's a whole myriad of other sports that can drop in there. But what we're also engaging is music fans. So imagine engaging and collaborating with the likes of Spotify. They've got a few fans on their platform. And then you also look at movie fans and entertainment fans more broadly when you tap in and start to collaborate with a streaming giant of Netflix. That'll give you the idea and the concept of just where this particular platform can go. So Play and Progress. It is a scalable game platform for all sports and entertainment fans. It is scalable. It is entertainment. The game itself is Battle Royale, and it is literally last fan standing. It is designed to deliver the pinnacle of competitive, intense, and fierce gameplay. People love to compete, and they love to celebrate their passion. This is a 24/7, 365 equation here. A new game with prizes every 5 minutes of every hour of every day of every week of every month. It's a huge rotation, so it's occupying and capturing the entire globe's population. And what brings a lot of credibility to it is it's gone through a beta testing phase. We're now in the actual commercial launch phase into the playing market, and it has been heavily scrutinized and is supported by no less than the Google Play Store and the hardest one of the lot, the Apple App Store. So it is accessible worldwide, and we are poised for that commercial launch. It is happening. So what is the game? As I said, simple, downloadable trivia game that anyone can participate in. And what we love about it is the barriers to entry. So the people that can actually play this, there are very, very limited barriers. It is technology they understand, mobile phones. It is a downloadable from an app store that people understand. Trivia, people know it. The knowledge they want to celebrate. So they enter a game, and this is how it works. They might be entering that game with any number of hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, dare we say hundreds of thousands of people playing that game, celebrating their passion at once. They all enter the game at the same time of that rotational basis. A picture appears. That picture is an NFT relevant to the subject or the topic of that particular game. A question is overlaid across that picture, and they need to, as quickly as possible, swipe left for false, right for true to answer that particular question. This will be available in almost 90% of spoken and written languages on the planet, again, via artificial intelligence. So the barrier to entry is really, really low, and it encapsulates everybody. But most people will come to a question they simply do not know the answer for. So there are features. You swipe up to pass, double tap to show, and swipe down to freeze. These are what we call the free limited tool usage. So these are the lives, the get out of jail free cards, but they are free and they are limited. So again, this is really important to understand. This is all about business. This is about entertainment. It's about revenue. So as soon as the premium features are engaged with, people can very easily, seamlessly transfer their own value onto the platform, and that is unlimited with credits from $1. And $1 US provides 30 credits, and those credits can go towards anything that is available on the platform, including those premium features to progress and advance in the games further. It is assisted via very, very advanced artificial intelligence. Now, this has been the catch cry and on the tips of so many commentators' tongues in recent times. AI is here, and it is here to stay. And it can provide significant benefit. Why? Because it can think a lot faster than we can, and it can perform tasks to give that real-time entertainment piece to the extent that humans are just not able to do. And what SuperOne has done is it is very much advanced in building the largest football knowledge database. Think about that for a moment. That's where all the content is coming from in terms of the questions and that engagement, just keeping those fans engaged. They've got a partnership entered into with Imago. Imago has access to, which gives them access to over 300 million high quality photos specifically in that football arena. So the torso shots, the action shots, all of those engaging images are all handled by one of the world's largest providers and owners of those images. So as I said, that picture that comes across the screen is an NFT. And part of the business access, the accessing the revenue and being part of SuperOne that I'll go through in a moment, is you can own those NFTs. Those NFTs that are used, you can own them through the various tiers, and when they are used, you share in the revenue. More on that in a moment. Again, Spaces. Spaces, simply put, is like a blank NFT, and it is there ready for advertisers to drop their advertising campaigns directly onto. Because what we know through industry information and statistics over a long period of time now is most people will never, ever dive into their own pocket to play these games. They want to earn the prizes. They want to compete. They don't want to use their own money. That's okay. They can choose to watch short adverts, and whenever those adverts are watched, they accumulate the credits to participate in whatever they're wanting to do. Effectively, that revenue is coming onto the platform, which means the advertisers are paying for the players to play the game. Very clever. So leaderboards make a lot of people tick. Leaderboards, this competitive nature of the human spirit is rife, and everyone loves it. Whether it's individual competition, a bit of banter between friends, or serious competition to prove that your particular club is better and the fan base is more knowledgeable than the others. So that's a real driver, and that is constant and it is visible. But there are also star battles that you can get involved with. And this is where fans playing the game start to get digitally quite close to their superstars, their celebrities, where the stars are battling amongst each other. You're watching that, and the fans are starting to battle amongst each other. All of these bespoke games that are available on the platform. Star challenges, again, you can, who knows most about a particular club or a particular era or a particular sport? Is it the fan base, or is it that superstar themselves? These sorts of things are all possible. And then we've also got the situation of social media that just cannot be ignored. It is so powerful. And the social aspect of this platform brings the fans together. They bring them on one platform. You've got a common interest, a common passion, no matter what it is, in whichever club, whichever sport, whichever category on this platform, and you get this social engagement where people can communicate, all covered under privacy principles. You can communicate, they can get excited, they can promote, they can share, all those sorts of things. This is all part of the entertainment experience. But what a lot of people will jump on for are the cash prizes. This is serious dollars, folks, that can be won. It is play to earn. And what is important to understand, this is not gambling. This is a game of knowledge. This is not a game of chance. You either know it or you don't. You either strategically use your lives to progress or you don't. That's what makes it compliant the world over. And the serious dollars can be earned from the top one. The top person in a game can earn, if there's 125,000 players, all spending $1 each, adds to the prize pool. Those numbers are very achievable when you look at just the sheer number of fans per club, per sport, those sorts of things. And this doesn't exist out there. They're crying out for it. So the top position with that scenario could walk away with $100,000. The top 10 could walk away with 10,000, the top 100 with 1,000. And there are various other value takeaways, and that might be in the form of the native token or credits or those sorts of things. If people are winning and they're winning real convertible value, they'll stay on the platform. That has been tried and tested. So the club games, as I said, bespoke fan club quests. So they're all different ways of engaging: daily games, weekly games, special event games that could attract higher entry fees and all those sorts of things, which really give that unique experience to what that particular fan group or groups of fan bases are actually after, how they're wanting to be entertained. It's not to be underestimated. This is an entertainment platform, and people want to be entertained in good times or bad. They want to have a good time. And if they can win real convertible value with doing that, then that's an absolute winner. Club prizes. So again, imagine all of these eyeballs, these passionate people coming onto a platform, the opportunity for these clubs, for these brands to really engage with those fans, for example, with merchandise, promotional material, all of those sorts of things. It is a distribution platform to engage with those fans. And club ranking, again, here comes that competitive spirit in the human nature, which is club ranking. club rivalry is some of the strongest rivalry on the planet, no question. And between clubs, football clubs is the strongest of the lot. So club ranking is really important. You're going to have these fans, individual fans, competing for the glory of the club fan base, and they will be ranked, and you can acquire access and purchase more premium access within these club rankings. But to be a legend, there's only one way to become a legend, and that's know the most, win the most, and play the most. And that is, again, this pinnacle that people are going to strive for. They want to be at top of the tree, or the tower in that case. Partnerships. Partnerships are really, really important, because a single platform without partnerships cannot do it itself. And that is also part of the affiliate program that we're going to talk about. But it's a strategic ecosystem for reaching and engaging and monetizing. So what is monetizing? It's taking a subject, it's taking a group, it's taking an interest and creating a monetary value out of that by delivering what those people want, what that group wants, by engaging with them after you've reached them. That is the strategy. So one of those major partners is goal.com. For the uninitiated out there, and I certainly was before I got into this, goal.com is probably the single largest football media distribution platform on the planet. They have in excess of 800 million global fans that regularly are engaged with Goal, and that amounts to over 1 billion views on their platform, football specific views every single month. So they are a major media partner with SuperOne. All of those people at some stage are going to get a good taste of what SuperOne is all about. But then we're going to sandwich it with the actual players on the other side. So another player partner that entered into is with FIFPro, and FIFPro represent approximately 65,000 professional footballers around the planet in all the various leagues, the various categories, and the various levels. So we've got the fans on one side, we've got the players supporting this on the other side. Really important. These are fundamental pillars of good partnerships. But then you've got the football and fan clubs. So think about all these enormous football clubs. They are absolute behemoth businesses. They are enormous, with huge followings in the billions. When they are engaged with, they're motivated, they are partnered with, they're opening up a plethora of opportunities with all of those fans that are just dedicated fans around football. So it is the global fan base that are going to be accessed through the fan clubs. They are all partnerships that are coming forward. We've then got Fan Connect. So again, social media, you just can't get away from it. It is super powerful. It's super powerful for connecting people with like interests. So SuperOne's gone to the next level, and there is fan-centric campaigns. There is content authorization. So this is all part of access with affiliates and what SuperOne are going to do with curated content to make sure that these fans through social media are getting exactly what they want in terms of updates, news, information, all leading them to come and have a look at the SuperOne entertainment platform. Fan media, goal.com, all of these really, really important. And there are numerous ways of getting fans directed to where you want them to go. Fan-led quizzes, video series, contextual targeting. So what that is simply meaning is, what is that particular fan interested in? What are they looking at? What are they viewing? And through all of these smarts that we know exist in social media platforms now, their algorithms, all those sorts of things, they can target exactly what that fan is wanting and say, what you're after exists on the SuperOne entertainment platform. It is very curated content. So the people, who's involved, you may be asking. Well, there are global talents, and there's a few that I want to point out. So all of these are working within the SuperOne business. The SuperOne business has approximately 50 people that are full-time on the books, and 3 labs, so 3 centers of business around the planet. They are in Tonsberg, Norway. That's corporate HQ, if you like. You've then got India. India is where a lot of the technical detail and the smarts of putting all this technology, coding, getting the integration of the platforms all working. Very clever boffins over there. So we've got that. And then we've got a new office that is in the throes of being opened in Dubai. Why Dubai? Well, it is fast becoming the digital crypto blockchain capital of the world. Very supportive, and there are a lot of basically a lot of financing, a lot of money, a lot of interested parties that are really supporting this particular industry there. The advisory experience is quite significant. I want to point out one chap in particular. Jeff Burton is a gaming advisor. So for all those 70s and 80s kids out there, Atari were instrumental in bringing that arcade gaming experience, so where you'd have to go down to your local shopping center or entertainment precinct to go in and put your coins into a machine. That arcade, right? Atari were instrumental in bringing that experience into the home with their original consoles, and you could play these games on a TV set. That's Atari. That's how long they've been into it. Well, Jeff Burton was all part of that. He was part of Atari right from the beginning. And then we have EA Games. If you were to go to any retailer that sells computer games, mobile games, all of the different really famous brands, a significant portion of those games were developed, marketed, promoted by EA Games. So Jeff Burton has also been involved with that. We've got a huge amount of other talent, not least direct contacts into the footballing industry. So the power. Proprietary platforms. So I'm not going to go into this in too much detail and baffle you, but what's really important is they're not only integrating with very, very successful, highly innovative technology platforms to reach the public, but a lot of that platform and a lot of the integration is proprietary. They've developed it. So all of this technology is housed and owned by Super Labs, and Super Labs are the ones that are facilitating the SuperOne and Battle Royale game, and really a big badge to wear on one's chest is it can't be overestimated just how difficult it is to get a game and an entertainment platform like this approved and supported by Google and Apple. So profits. It is a really unique business model. Now, I spoke about all of those partnerships. Partnerships are really important, but what makes partnerships tick is if all of them have a really decent lick of the lollipop, so to speak. So they're all sharing in the revenue, and everyone is growing and everyone is earning and succeeding. They are have been proven over time to be the most successful models. So it's a unique business model. And what is one of the unique elements around it is its real-time net revenue sharing. And what it means is when any partner, affiliate, player is due any form of financial reward, it happens immediately in most cases, because there's a very significant blockchain infrastructure that sits behind it. And blockchain is not just all about crypto. Blockchain is a very, very efficient way of transferring information without the need of people, to make sure that whoever needs to get paid gets paid instantly. And that is a really important use of blockchain. So the net revenue is basically gross sales. Okay, so the total amount that comes across the platform. You remove 25% because the app stores certainly get their pound of flesh for having that sort of access. So they take that. And then we've got 25% approximately that goes into game prizes. So it's really significant, which leaves 20% that gets paid to affiliates, and then 20% that is going into revenue or staking revenue on the tokens that are on the platform. More on that in just a moment. So the premium game revenue, game passes, game credits, all those sorts of things can be accessed via direct deposit. So people can directly deposit on the platform, and that is all supported through the App Store and the Google Play Store. So payment systems that people are comfortable with, right? Household names, payment systems that people are comfortable with. Again, to have those types of things approved and to be partnering with those types of systems, there is a lot of due diligence that goes behind all of that. So this is not a fly-by-night operation. Advertising revenue. There, as we said, advertising revenue is a huge part of this, because most people are not going to pay a Jats cracker, a brass razoo, for all those Australians out there, of their own revenue, right? Of their own money. They're simply not going to do it. But they want to access all these premium features and they want to access the prize pool. The advertising revenue is huge, and that forms a really big part of the business model and the revenue model. Advertisers want a part of this space, and they're going to pay a pretty penny for that. And that is all revenue onto the platform that gets to share. So 3 million players spending $1 per day per player brings it to an annual gross revenue. So the total amount of revenue, a staggering $1 billion US across the platform, right? Which means half of that, as the previous example, 500 million in annual net revenue to go through this particular model that we can all share in, players, affiliates, partners alike. And to achieve 3 million paying players, that is an absolute minute fraction of the fan base just in one sport that is out there. So it is very, very achievable, but we're all part of it. So the campaign through this launch phase is well underway, is Earn Like Legends. We're playing and competing and with trivia and celebrating the legends of the sports. Well, let's have a look at how we can earn like legends. So the profit scenarios, I'm not going to harp onto this, but there is a worst base and best case. And if we look at the worst case scenario, right, which is a monetized user base of only 300,000, that provides total of 20 million that is available to distribute to the affiliates per year. Okay, 300,000. We're looking at certain clubs that have in excess of 500 million fans. That's just one club. So these numbers, we believe, are quite conservative, but time will tell, and you need to make your own decisions. But we'll go into that in more detail as required through trainings and deeper presentations. So let's look scenario 3 million monetized players. They're monetized by spending, all of them, $1 US per day per player. That brings an amazing 200 million in yearly net revenue available to affiliates. Okay, available to affiliates, net revenue. So it's all about bringing everyone, the partners, the players, and the affiliates who are part of the business and helping them grow, bringing all of them along on the ride together. And only when you bring everyone with, that is when you have success. So we are looking at a real collaboration with one entertainment platform, but it is literally countless people. And we've seen this on so many occasions before. So it is possible, and SuperOne are well on their way of doing it. So the participation, you literally have the opportunity, as you all do, to make the world's biggest sports your business. It is a highly rewarding affiliate plan. So what an affiliate is you are affiliated. You are connected, you are participating in a business, helping them spread the word, provide support, content creation, distribution, excitement, and hype, right? That is what an affiliate does. And there is a plan that rewards affiliates of a very healthy basis through those profits. And how you enter that is by accessing or acquiring what we call a loot box. Now, a loot in old pirate terms is a box full of goodies, right? And these are digital loot boxes, and there are various tiers. And again, the barrier to entry is really, really low. And why that is important is we're looking at a global audience. And a global audience, we want that global audience to participate. And we want them not to just be players, but also participate in this business. So there has to be different layers that cover and accommodate different socioeconomic and geographical regions around the planet. This is global. So starting from 10 US dollars right the way through 50, 250, 500 for the gold, which is by far been the most popular because of various reasons, which we'll go into, and then 5,000 for platinum, and the big kahuna, the diamond loot box at 25,000. Now, there have been a very large amount of diamond loot boxes have been acquired just prior and post the launch phase. There are a lot of people that are seeing something of real tangible value in the opportunity, the potential of this particular business. So the tokens. So what these loot boxes contain, as I said, are a variety of digital assets. And it's important to understand that not everyone on this call and not everyone that you may talk to may be interested in affiliate business, right? But they're interested in unique concepts with large potential. So there is an opportunity of these passive assets. They are assets that just go to work on the platform, start sharing in revenue, and you don't really need to do much for that. But there is certainly a far higher access to revenue with affiliates that start to participate and help the business grow. More on that later. These ones are just passive. So we've got the super token. It is a native utility token that sits on the platform. And utility meaning it has a use. Okay, so for a token to be worth something, it's got to do something. It's got to have a use, a purpose, and utility. And the utility of the super token is it performs the task of sharing and transferring the value around the platform, whether it be between affiliates, partners, and players. So it has a use. You can acquire those within the loot boxes, and that super token in the near future will be going through a public listing program. Then pool tokens, there's a limited amount of those. And again, they have a purpose, and what they also do is attract a much higher percentage of the revenue for a smaller amount of tokens. They're very valuable. And then the player tokens. Player tokens are simply, you've got all of these orphaned random players that are coming in because they just like the sound of it and they're downloading it from the app stores. To fit into the revenue model, they need to be attached to affiliates. Those player tokens do that. They're like little magnets. So as soon as these players come in, these little player tokens quickly attract them. So you have these players that are connected to the holders of the player tokens, which means they then get to distribute and share revenue. The NFTs, as I said, pivotal to how this game actually works. The player NFTs, so they're the pictures that appear with the questions overlaid, the spaces, that's where the advertisers advertise, all generate revenue. And those tower NFTs, so that tower that I showed you with those different levels, imagine all of the fans congregating. So all of the Man U fans, FC Barcelona fans, Madrid fans, you name it, whoever it is, they're hanging out there. The merchandising and the revenue monetizing opportunities within that fan base to entertain them is huge. So you get to have a stake or a share or a brick, a piece of that tower. And that is also passive. So you're sharing the revenue from that. They all come in the loot boxes. But the loot box content now, right now, you pay for the super tokens only. So the value of the super tokens. And they are priced or valued currently at 10 cents. They start to get a little cheaper with a discount as you go up through the loot box values, but approximately, broadly 10 cents, which means you are getting the very valuable pool tokens, player tokens, card spaces, and the tower NFTs included for no additional value. That's currently how it's set up, and it is for early adopters, and we are soon coming out of that phase. From November 1st this year, so not long, couple of weeks, change to only credit. So what it means is you'll be acquiring credits and not those physical assets. And the credits that you acquire will then be able to acquire or purchase the assets. And why that is these assets will be going up in value. The valuation of these assets will be going up and continually, consecutively going up. So it's important to have a credit-based system where you then acquire those assets, but that is coming shortly. Right now, you get to acquire the loot boxes with all of those goodies in there, which is a really, really powerful opportunity at the moment. So the attractive bonuses. So this is now for affiliates. These are people that not only acquire a loot box, but say, I really like the sound of this, and I think other people are going to, and they start sharing the concept, sharing the idea, bringing them onto calls like this one, where we simply present a business that we're really excited about. That's it. There's no obligation. There's nothing further than that. And for those affiliates that successfully start to refer, you're accessing a very lucrative affiliate bonus plan, where a total of 62.5% of all the revenue that's coming across that gaming platform is distributed throughout the affiliates through various bonuses. And again, it's not to be underestimated, folks. We are talking about accessing billions of fans worldwide. The scalability of this thing is absolutely bananas. So powerful bonuses. Oh, again, we do a much deeper dive on this through trainings, through presentations on Saturdays, all those sorts of things. But effectively, every single level, right the way from entry all the way to diamond, can access, if they want to start sharing, can access the affiliate plan. And whatever sales are generated as a result of your activity directly, second level, third level, there is access to the revenue, as you see there. Obviously from gold, which I highlighted before as being the most common loot box, because it accesses all of the bonuses, all of the affiliate revenue plan. So the gold loot box accesses all 10 levels. So that's 10 levels of network or affiliates that are connected to you. You were the one that had the original conversation, and then others referred and so on and so forth. And hey presto, you've got 10 levels. You get to access the revenue that is generated through those sales. There's also an infinity bonus that you get to share in. So that goes from level 11 to infinitum. And that is only capped out by the same rank in this case. Certain volume requirements that are required for that to achieve, but very achievable. And the same with platinum and diamond. Part of that revenue that comes in is distributed through the performance pool as well. So it's really rewarding those ones that are going out there, giving it a crack and assisting SuperOne to really spread its wings globally and have a supporter base of affiliates that are driving this business. And then the token pools, that again, 10% of the revenue is divided amongst the pool token holders. So earn like legends. Performance requirement. So it's pretty straightforward. And the way that we, the analogy that we draw is, if you consider this your own personal home-based business, an affiliate, right? You're associated with the business. It's a home-based business. With any business, there is performance. There are sales that are required. Otherwise, the doors get shut, never to be opened again, right? That's how the business world works. Affiliates are no different. If you want to access the affiliate revenue, so that uni level and all those bonuses, active, not the passive ones, the active ones, then there is a very small amount of personal volume, and that is either your own loot box, what you've acquired, or people you have directly referred, your level 1. And it's $50 on a rotational 30-day period. And what that does is it just keeps everything ticking over and your access to those bonuses. If that's not achieved within the 30-day period, that is temporarily removed. And dynamic compression means the next available recipient of that all of that network just moves up temporarily. After 90 days, then that change is more permanent. But again, we go on more detail on training. An infinity bonus can be very, very lucrative for the ones that are taking this seriously. From gold, platinum, and diamond, again, that gold is really, really important. And what this infinity bonus means is it goes right the way down to infinitum, so level 11 and down. And 2.5% of all sales generated is an additional bonus. And where that stops is where you meet the next rank in gold. But with platinum and diamond, it's reduced when you meet gold and eliminated when you reach the next platinum or the next diamond accordingly, because everyone is eligible to it. And that can mean a huge amount, particularly in this stage, this phase of the network growth, where there's a lot of people that are just testing and coming in lower amounts. If you access that infinity bonus, you can have a significant amount of depth really, really quickly to access that before people start to realize what they've got in their hands. Really, really exciting phase that we're in. The performance pool, again, it's just a share. The total amount of volume that's been generated in that 30 days, whatever percentage your contribution is of that, you get to share in the whole 10%. Proportionate to what your percentage is. That is another incentive to really support and reward the ones that are getting out there and giving it a good old nudge. The token pool. This is based on those really lucrative pool tokens, and they're nearly sold out. There are still some available. They were developed and brought to the affiliates for those early adopters, the ones that have been instrumental in building this network and really getting SuperOne out there with this really, really good base that we've now got. They are still available. There'll only ever be 800,000 of them, but that 800,000 pool tokens will share in 10% of all the revenue that goes across the platform. Think about that when we start getting into the millions and millions of paying players per day. Extraordinary. So that is something that is really needs to be looked at, and they are available from the gold loot box and up. Again, we're earning like legends here, right? So in this launch phase, expires this month. There's just another little shot in the arm to help people along. Get one free super token, so that utility token that I spoke about, they come in the loot boxes. Whenever you directly refer a loot box, so someone enters SuperOne and buys a loot box because of what you've done, directly referred. Whatever the content of the super tokens are in the loot box that they've acquired, because you were responsible for that, you get a direct match, 1-for-1, placed straight into your wallet. So that can be really lucrative. The other one is the player match, exactly the same deal. If there is player tokens available or included in the loot box that you've been responsible for directly referring, you get a 1-for-1 match directly into your SuperOne wallet. And this is a really lucrative one, the pool token match. Nearly run out, but they are still there. You get one free pool token for every second directly referred pool token. So let me clarify this. It is based on loot box. So for every second loot box you refer, you get a direct match of the pool tokens of the in that one loot box of the lesser. So that's exactly how it works. They're really lucrative. And there is a really lucrative leader bonus that is there again just to further support the ones that want to take this to the next level. And that leader bonus, which has just been launched, it's dependent on the cumulative volume within the first 30 days when you activate it, from 25,000 right the way up to 100,000. And if you achieve that, you can have 100%. So if you achieve 100,000 in 30 days, you can gain an additional 100% of the affiliate compensation plan that was due to you in that uni level, 100% over and above that, spread out and paid to you over a maximum of 360 days. So that's, again, a really incentive. If you're a budding leader, if you're an experienced affiliate marketing leader and want to support and motivate people, there's a real incentive to do so. So how to join? It's really simple. First, you use an invitation link to create an account that is sent by you from that person that says, hey, have a look at this. Then you have a look at the soon-to-be-released affiliate playbook. And the playbook is really the how-to, the do's, how to maximize this as a real genuine affiliate home-based business. So all of that, it's super easy. So you verify your account, and then you deposit XRP or USDC onto the platform to buy your loot boxes. All right, so you're transferring onto the platform to accumulate, to acquire your loot boxes. So we've just gone through an enormous market that is rife for to be entertained, that passionate football and general sports and entertainment fan base. This is an entertainment platform that has got really no limits, and we're in that launch phase. And there is an opportunity for the world's biggest sports to become your business. That's what the affiliate program is all about, and earn like a legend. So if anything I've said has tickled your fancy, then please respond to the person who shared this presentation with you, and they'll provide you with a link to get started, but also really help you on your journey. And as in a global community, irrespective of where people have come from, we are here to support because we're very passionate about this business. I'm sure that has become obvious. So with that, I'm going to come back to my dear colleagues, and we're going to take some questions.
Excellent presentation, Andy. That was very, very good. As you said, there's plenty more follow-up that we do in training, etc., to get where we go for a deep dive. So now down the bottom, you'll see a Q&A button. If you'd like to put your questions on there, and we can answer them over the next few minutes, and we'll do our best to do so. Thanks, Dave.